And YouTube have a great coloring for the channel. Um, I don't know why Rufus closed that window over there, but when he comes in, I have him open it for this side of the room. Thank you for tuning in, you guys. Thank you. I really do appreciate you tuning in to The Loop at Robin Whitfield's TV on this wonderful Saturday. And it's not late, it's afterwards. I figured I would come on today on a lot of updates that's been going on, why I do have some free time. And usually it won't be like this all the time, but this today is a great Saturday. The weather is great and all that. So I said it'd be great to come on. Thank you for tuning into The Loop. To first start off, my name is Robin Whitfield. And I'm so proud of my Loop channel. I am. I'm so proud that the Loop is on. And shout out to YouTube Premium, And so I was supposed to come back on in 90 days, and they let me back in, and my channel is up and running. And I'm so grateful for that. We ought to give them a hand, because I'm sure giving them a hand. Because I was like, what the heck am I going to do for the 90 days? But I'm so grateful for Facebook, and shout out to Facebook and all you great followers and those that allow us to use their content. My celebrity friends, we use their content, their songs to advertise, and we're so grateful for that. Thank you so much, all of you that are tuning in. It's a pleasure to be before you today, but I wanted to come up on some topics here that I was especially going to do after a church tomorrow, but I decided not to. I said, let me do it now. So, every free time I can get is wonderful. So I don't know what's on this phone, but it's okay. And so, so I said, let me use my free time now. So I'm going to get started. There's a couple of topics I want to talk about today. Is one with the health insurance, and then I'll go as I continue to go. And another one is I usually write it down. So we're going to be talking about health insurance, and maybe the main ones I do want to talk about is Braven Health. All of you guys know I'm not doing any comparison today, but I'm doing Braven Health and also Medicare Advantage, Medicare. Okay. The second thing, so those are the two insurances I'm talking about: Braven Health and Medicare. And the next thing that I'm so grateful to be coming on and talking about is Premier Credit Card. It's called Premier Credit Card. Premier Credit Card. And so some of you probably think I'm just talking out for the top of my head, but usually if I'm going to talk about something, even if I ain't following it, even if I'm just going to cut it off afterwards, I put them on the page. I make sure I start following and keep them on for a few days so they can hear what I'm saying on social media. Social media is important. It's around the world. And right now we're all on a federal level. So it's a lot going on. All the way from last year, we've been tuning in for federal level stuff. ICE and all that stuff is going around the world. People being taken from their schools, and people being beat up, and people missing all over the planet. And it's just not here. Atlantic City's been blessed, but Atlantic City has been going through a lot in the communities. Stuff we don't even hear about. So you got, especially Trenton. I look on social media, there are ICEs all over the place, and certain police officers are right there with them. So I always say we are grateful, but when I go out, I stay tuned. I be on guard, because public safety is very important on the boardwalk or anywhere you go. And so I'm so grateful that I can come on and just have some smooth vibes. I've been out today. I went to the location and the post office and enjoyed the weather and came in, and shout out to Rochelle. She went on a wonderful trip this today with the city of Atlantic City. I tried to get there. I called yesterday because I wanted to go, but apparently the waiting list, you had to get on a waiting list to and then this morning at the last minute they said I could come, but the thing is that I had 30 minutes to get down there and I was trying it. But Rochelle, she was fine. She went with her group of people and it was wonderful. So I guess they're on their way back. So that's the history of what's going on over here. Anyway, thank you for letting me share all that. So anyway, we want to talk about health insurance, and health insurance is just like money, And so everybody know Rufus was in the hospital, and he got admitted in the hospital in Christmas Eve, and so. Right after that event we had at the showboat, and he was discharged on New Year's Eve. So, new enrollment came in January, and we got this wonderful insurance, Clover, and I'm sharing my experience because I believe it's going to help somebody else. Another thing is, with not giving up and staying in school, going down there trying to get him signed up and myself signed up, not chasing federal money like grants and all that, watching as well as praying, we were able to find out about the SAGE program, where they're able to pay for his courses while he attends school without all the other obligations or worrying about, did you pass? Will you get your grant money after your books after you didn't pass and then go in withdrawal strikes, and if you don't pass and all that kind of stuff. At this ball game, he's 70 years old and he's going back to school, and it is huge to me because at that age and someone trying to get back in school at 70 years old, I just have to give him a round of applause because he's doing wonderful. And shout out to Rochelle as well. She passed two or three of her courses, her assignments on her doctoral degree. So I got to give her a hand. What inspiring to go back to school. But anyway, being sick, going back to school, and you guys know I'm on an 8-week online training course with One Stop over in Pleasantville that allowed me to get this grant for continuing teaching, career teaching, and being able to get my certification as a registered nurse. I'm getting certified as in billing and coding. And I'm so grateful for that because I hung in there even when I was tired and ripped and ran, but it's benefiting me. So I'm able to come on, and one day, and then maybe a week or two or another 30 days, I had to take my boards. So I'm going to be letting you know that I'm qualified to be able to talk more about billing and coding in the area of Medicare, Medicaid, and other health insurances. Something that is a long-term goal that I want to achieve in my nursing career. That's a long-term goal. So I thank God for that. That only God will be able to do, because I feel that the reason why I say that is I'll be able to help a lot of people, and even at nursing homes, even at home health care facilities. The CPT code book is for different other facilities, not hospitals, but they also have the diagnosis book that's for hospitals as well, and so certain type of codings, and I'm learning that. Anyway, let's go back to this insurance company that's Rufus received the bill of $93,000, and for one for one hospital um, stay for that short period of time. That's what that bill came out to. And so when you have an insurance company that that's you have insurance at that time, not only is it inconvenient for the individual that just coming out being sick to receive a bill like that in your home, but to also have to stop what they're doing and can, when they could be spending time on their healing, they have to stop what they're doing to handle that. Wrong addresses, coding to wrong to addresses, not following through, hiring people that not really doing the coding correctly and missing wrong phone numbers, missing numbers. Listen, sometimes people do have a day that happens, but when it happens, it's very inconvenient and can cause a big problem with people that don't have advocates like I am. I'm able to advocate in my home and work for my family as well as other people in the community. So if you need glasses, you got to get them. If you need to work out and so you won't be tired when you go to work, you got to get those things because you're dealing with numbers and you need to be able to be correct in coding numbers and you're billing people and you got to be honest about things, not holding grudges because you know people that live down the street and you know that individual. So you want to make it a little hard for them. So, and people don't forget, they continue to do those type of things. That's what they do. When your name pop up, hey, I got this job. And usually it's not a lower class regular person. It usually be a big organization person. That's sometimes it's the CEO, sometimes it's the assistant, and sometimes it's the consultant and all that kind of stuff. So it's very important to have time to stop and be healthy and be able to do that because it all catches up and one day it won't happen. One day it just won't happen because that individual will be out the way on the planet where you don't have to worry about the unfairness of insurance and billing. So you got to be honest about things when you're doing this type of work, and you have to be that type of individual, and be clean minded and sober minded. So I'm calling about. I wanted to talk about that because that's some bill to receive after being hospitalized. So I had to stop what I was doing, and I had to call. And so thank God I was able to reach someone on February 11th. And then I followed through today because, Shore Memorial Hospital, whoever is in that billing department, it looks like someone her name is Julia. She billed the wrong address is in the system, as well as Shore Physicians Group and having the wrong apartment number, as well as Dr. Papa Tamales, infectious disease. Just that period of time being in the hospital, that bill has to get paid, and I believe that's $750. So, that's a lot of money. Period. And so, from talking with a supervisor at Braven, the thing is that a lot of people get bills and they throw them away after they get finished. I used to do that when I was young, but I don't do it now. I got stuff all the way from 2023 or back to COVID. I do. But in analyzing and keeping stuff in order and keeping proper books, I got a Braven card, and he ain't even on Braven that I kept, and an Aetna card that I kept. I don't throw them away. And I also got Horizon, and this Horizon was back in 2024 in January, leading out of 2023. There's the same card that belongs to my husband. So I'm sitting here and I had to go in and I keep it convenient because I know how people are where I can be handy and keep it moving. Got to do those type of things too. So here in front of me is three cards, and the fourth one is the red, white, and blue one from Medicare. So that's the fourth insurance. And but none of those cards he's on for 2026. He's on a whole different wonderful plan, which is Clover. And now he's on this one. Up until that time, December the 20, 30, from September the 1st up until December the 31st, these are all the bills that Braven Health supposed to have been paying. And so, not saying that after I called, they said they wouldn't pay. I did get some wonderful people on the phone that said that they were putting in appeals and they're going to say they found out somebody put in the wrong number. What's happening is Shore Physicians Group and Shore Medical. I told you I was going to find out. And Shore Memorial Hospital is sending the bills to Horizon. That was on the plan, Horizon, New Jersey, out of Newark, New Jersey. And Aetna is out of Newark, New Jersey, as well as Braven Freedom, Braven Health is out of Newark, New Jersey, different P.O. boxes. But when you look at all the bills, they're billing the wrong information. Now, when Rufus was in there, I said, this is the insurance, this is new enrollment. I hate that I get the wrong information and they have to apologize for it too. Hey, I'm sorry they gave you the wrong information and this is what I've been hearing for days. I'm sorry they did that, and all the people that I have to talk to, I always have to go and ask for a supervisor to go over that, and so, but anyway, Shore Memorial Hospital is billing the wrong information. Now, when a girl came in, with the medical card, and they come in afterwards because they do that, they bring the cart to your room because nobody's supposed to be turned away, whether they have insurance or don't have insurance. If you go to a hospital and you don't have insurance, you are not supposed to be turned away. So instead of them doing that, asking for it in the ER or when you come, they'll come up to your room later and ask you all the information and bring in and you show them your ID card, or they might have it in the system, or ask you, do you want to apply for charity care? Because if you don't have insurance, then you probably could apply for charity care, because the hospitals are all nonprofit corporations. So, and they get funded for that, for people that don't have health insurance. It's a lot to it, So my thing is, when she came up and I said, listen, this is new. This is Christmas. This is New Year's. And this is going to be his new card, but this is the insurance he have here. And so she kept saying, yeah, but Aetna is in the system and I hit it and it's going through. And Horizon is in the system. And I remember this girl saying that. And I said, well, I'm telling you, he's not on that insurance. Maybe they're late in their bookings or late in getting all this stuff off the computer because we are going into a new year. But this is the insurance he have. Don't bill them. Bill this insurance. Yeah, okay. Well, not only did she put the wrong address, and my mail was in somebody's box here today. So the guard downstairs said, here, Mrs. Whitfield, here's your mail. Tell Rufus, here's your mail. It was in somebody else's box. That Shore Memorial and Shore Physicians Group got the wrong address, but also they're billing the wrong insurance company. And it's all come from their coders. From their coders that they hire, that they putting that information in after the individuals or the patients, family care members give them the insurance cards, or usually the patient have it on them when they go to the hospital. And this stuff is public here stuff, so I come on about it because it's public, and so yes, all this stuff need to stop. It really does, because it makes it inconvenient for the patient. So I'm very happy that I'm going into this field so I can be able to advocate and be able to help people around the world. But with this type of thing, with all these insurances and stuff going, these policies and stuff, and I think a shout out to Medicare. Medicare, I did call them up today, and they gave me the advice to be able to ask for a submission form. Then you get all these bills, then ask to speak to a supervisor and ask them, could you submit these forms yourself and send them in, because they do have a form where you can submit these forms and all these bills and send them in yourself. But I got this wonderful young lady on the phone that was a supervisor. She gave me her name. She's supposed to be calling me back tomorrow. She personally calling the billing office at Shore Memorial Hospital. She's personally calling Shore Physicians Group. And she's personally calling Papa Tamales, the infectious disease location, so these bills can get paid and not ruin somebody's credit down the line that you owe these bills, or they can't get to the hospital because there's a bill of $90-something thousand that need to get paid and they never follow through with it. Who wants to see that come? That's ridiculous. So I do thank Medicare, and yes, they're open on 24/7, 7 days a week. Call the back of your red card. Never give nobody that red card information, especially if you want an advantage. There's nothing but the advantage being the primary source. You don't have a secondary card. Put your red card away all over the planet because they want that number. So if you choose a Medicare Advantage, you don't need to be pulling out your red card, because that's the one that's taking care of everything. And make note of these things, somebody that's hearing what I'm saying. So shout out to Medicare, the Medicare department, and also, which is federal, and also the information that they gave me to follow through with Braven, and the young lady that came on with Braven, who is Al Marie. She's going to be calling me back at 3 p.m. on Monday to get all this resolved after she speaks to the hospital and the physician office to make sure these bills get paid. And so you guys don't forget about that. And I'm going to move on with that. They call that like when you want to submit a claim yourself, and you need a form to submit it. Nobody is going to mail in no documents to the insurance company and sit down and write a letter to the insurance company and then send in all the bills, because there should be a template that comes from with letterhead that comes from that insurance company. Just like Social Security have. If you requested something, they have a form that you have to fill out and submit and sign it. That's what the insurance companies have, especially if you had to pay it and you wanted to get reimbursed for it. Well, we ain't paying $93,000 to get reimbursed for nothing. We needed the correct form to send in for them to pay it, not us. So, but it looks like everybody is on track and going to handle things, and I will be on it in Monday. It's hard when you're trying to get on a job and then you got to come home and the places are closed and you're trying to handle business for your family. So this stuff has to get resolved, because not all the time I'm going to be able to be here to handle my home when I'm trying to get it caught up already and still be able to help other people. So that's a long-term goal. That's not pertaining to now. Shout out to all my teachers and everything, and to the school that I'm going to. It's wonderful. And Donna Hart and Carol and all those wonderful people. I thank you so much. I do follow them and on on Facebook and different things. So the next thing I wanted to talk about is Premier Credit Card. Premier Credit Card is one of the worstest cards on the planet. And if you, yes, they are. They're one of the worst cards on the planet, man. And I got them listen to that because, and I'm not wrong for saying that. You know, when you get a card that you have to pay an annual fee to, and then you still, when you come have an issue, you have to call them up and ask and fill out all these forms, and you got to constantly be on it when you need, because the way things are going down in the world, people are short with their credit card, making different payments until they can get up and get back to work. They have this thing called credit protection, and each credit card allows you to sign up for credit protection, and they make your minimum monthly payments until you can get back into work and get on the field and stuff like that. So, and that's one thing. So I'm not saying they ain't paying that, because every month I got to hand it in until I'm up and running, and I'm doing fine. I'm almost there. The income is definitely increasing. So, so boy, and the strength as well from God. So the thing is that, the minor thing I needed from to continue my on the side, I had to show a bill that I paid last year for in December at the Showboat at my event that we had, a Healing House event there. And so I needed that statement, but the statement didn't come out until on the app, or either if you go on the website, it stops in March of 2020. When was it? Of March of 2025. Now in January of 2025, New Year's Eve, I was just coming back from Georgia. And then when we went in, we thought we was going to Regis and all that kind. Y'all remember that? Well, that was the beginning of January last year, but instead I wind up using that card to pay for the first down payment at the Showboat. And so that card, I paid that in February, but the statement stopped online with Premier, and you can't get a statement until they actually take 10 days to fax it to you, or they take 10 days and another 10 days to mail you one out. Ridiculous. Doesn't make sense. So shout out to the city of Atlantic City, all them helping and getting this CBD grant out and getting it submitted to the purchasing office, because all this, all this hold up for something that was just paid on one receipt from one credit card. All the other credit cards that I used gave me a statement like this. And it wasn't many. It was about 3 or 4 credit cards I used. But that one credit card, even when I was closing last year, they was the only credit card on my property. They was the only credit card that held me up. I needed a letter sent for me, and I almost had to close the closing date on another date, which would have cost me to be behind financial or pay more money at closing. They held it up by taking 30 days just to send out a letter or put it in the portal. Poor credit card. I'm telling you. So I'm going to remember that Premier Bank card. I'm going to get Premier Bank card because they're going to report to 4 credit bureaus, and it's going to help my credit. That's a no-no. There's a lot of credit cards that'll help your credit, and I'm a whiz at when it comes to that. But you don't need no Premier credit card helping your credit. because it's hard. It's hard to keep your credit scores up, and it's hard to do that. And I'm really into that. I don't play because I want to hang out with the bankers, and I don't want nobody messing up my credit card. And I keep my 3 bureaus locked. I do my own credit, and I fixes my own credit. I don't need nobody to pay nobody or to come and say, I charge you $150 a month to fix your credit. Fix your own credit. I don't care what business you have. I fixes my own, because on a federal level now, all bureaus are open. All bureaus are open where you can go in and lock it and unlock it yourself. And you don't need nobody giving them their information and mailing in. And in 3 months, I have your credit up and running. That's crap, man. Do it yourself. That's what we on now, federal level. Fix your credit yourself. And you don't need Credit Karma to do it. You don't need Credit Karma. You just need to apply to a Experian Premium or TransUnion or Equifax and pay it each month and look at your credit scores and know how to work it. And I'm not knocking Credit Karma, because I started with Credit Karma, but when after a while, you learn better and you watch it, so Credit Karma is just an advantage score. It's a Vantage score. It's not a score that you use for property or house buying and all that wonderful stuff. Anyway, I wanted to share that with you, and I wanted Premier Credit Card to hear it, because that's one card. As soon as I get it paid off, I'm going to be telling them, hey, you can get your card. I want them to know that, because I won't be keeping that card. The best card I have is a card that I have, and guess what? It's a card that I had since COVID. I opened that card up in 2020, and I still got it. It's not a big card, and guess what? You do pay an annual fee, but it's my best card. It really is. When I need something, it's there. Sometimes you don't mind paying that annual fee. Sometimes you really don't mind paying it, because it's a great card and you can use it anywhere. And it's been doing it since it's been working out since COVID. It's called Credit One Bank. Don't forget it. Hey, what is this here? Move out the way and stop trying to come in, making I'm home, so stop trying to stop my video, period. So this is my Wi-Fi, so stop trying to slow it down. There's nothing to slow down here, because it's my Wi-Fi, and I pay for it. Thank you. So thank you for tuning in. So anyway, try Credit One. Credit One Bank is a wonderful card. You might have to pay an annual fee, but it helps you pull up your credit. And I do report to 3 banks. And when you ever have a problem, they also have credit protection, and they don't mind paying for you your minimum monthly fee until you get up on your account, on your feet again. And I like that. So by the time you up on your feet, you don't have that much to pay if they've been paying for it for 6 months. And I like that, because you never know what happened. So I wanted to share that information with you guys, and I hope that helps somebody, as far as with the health insurances, and as well as with the credit cards, because it's important that somebody come on and share that information, because somebody might be hearing. And thank you for tuning in, and thank you for tuning in on The Loop at Robin Whitfield's TV, and shout out to all the people that's on my followers that's listening, and all the celebrities that I follow. And they have some great information going out, and all the cities that's working on our behalf in the community. Shout out to Atlanta, and Keisha Lansbottom is running for governor, and we want to give her a shout out. And my other girl, that's Jasmine Crockett. Vote for these people. These people are running, and they're going to help they get the job done, period. I already know Keisha Lansbottom get it done. We didn't see Jasmine go in. She helped. Listen, she went inside the place and got that little Indian boy that they went and took him from his father. She went in and did that. They messing with babies. They messing with older people on this planet on the federal level. And you can't help but care. Because if it was you or your mother, and shout out to the news lady that lost her mother, you know, and it's been weeks now. It's stuff going on that people are hurting around the world. And you have to care about these people. We are the people, and we have to know that this stuff is on a state level, and Donald Trump is not the one in charge of the state level. He's over there on the federal. Then guess what? If we the ones on the state level that handle the voting, then we need to be involved to vote him out or get him kicked out of office. Period. He needs to be kicked out. He needs to be kicked out, and people have to stand up and speak about it and be a part of it and say things. Hang it on your platforms. Nobody is getting money for these platforms. I guarantee you. Ain't nobody giving you no $1 million on no Instagram, and neither on Facebook. It's a place where you have to share information. And don't look at your page like it's a big beauty that you designed, because social media does that to you. Design it later and share the information in your stories or what people are doing in the community for a better world. It's very important. God bless you. Thank you for tuning in. Shout out again to my teachers and those places. And I'm looking forward to starting orientation this week. I'm so grateful for that. God bless you. And, I thank God for giving me a job on the spot like that. It's wonderful, and even if it wasn't, there's a lot of other jobs that's out there. I don't stress over nothing because God is in charge. He's going to make a way, whether it is or whether it ain't. It's going to be a way made. And shout out to Regis. I got a chance to speak to a young lady that called and apologized. And I thank her for calling me and gave me some great updates and news. So, healing is important. She didn't have to call me to apologize on all the stuff that happened at Regis during that time. I had been with them for years in Atlanta, and now, I was so grateful to hear from her and calling and talking with me the other day. So thank you for that. Even thank you for the updates that's coming on in the area. God bless you. And I look forward to talking to you later. Share this information. It's very important.